Hi there, this is Mark Huser at the Zoris Consulting Group, and today we're going to be going over how to create Commerce Composer widgets. To do that, there's four main steps we need to go over. They're going to be involved creating some template assets, defining our widget in the storefront, registering the widget, and adding Management Center support. So for creating a template assets, basically we have to create a temporary project, populate some XML pattern input file, basically run a jet transformation against it, and verify that it completed. Let's start by creating the new project. Use a general project for this, and I'm going to provide just a generic name. And this is where we're going to hold our XML pattern input file. So let's go ahead and create a new file. And we're going to provide a generic name, make sure it's a XML. And I'm going to populate it with some information IBM's already provided. It's just a template. And for speed reasons, I'm going to pre-populate it with some field values. At this point, you want to right-click on it and run it as a jet transformation. Make sure to change the transformation ID to page layout, otherwise this won't work. Click OK to begin transformation. And make sure that three folders are populated and that this is successfully executed. Now we need to define the widget within the storefront. That involves copying and editing some widget JSPs, as well as defining our translatable widget text. Let's have a look at that new stores folder that was created. Inside of it, there should be two folders, one that contains your widget JSPs and your properties. You need to copy over your widget JSP folder. And we're going to go under stores, web content, and widgets, and we're going to paste it in there. And just to show you that it's been placed inside, there we are. Now, when you look inside, there should be three very important JSPs. One's your entry JSP, which you probably need to make changes to, as well as your data JSP. We're going to be basically leaving those unchanged. Just for the demo, I'm going to add a hello world text to our UI JSP. There we go. Now we need to go copy those property files so that our JSP is able to use this translatable text. We're going to copy it to the properties folder, and you should see both widget text and our own private my widget text. Now it's time to run widget registration. We need to update the register widget def, subscribe widget def, probably update some fields, update the download utility environment file, as well as run download. Let's have a look at our data load folder that's newly been created. There's a number of assets in there, but the most important are the register widget def and subscribe widget def. Within register widget def, you should see a number of fields you'll probably have to change. Most notably is the widget definition XML field. Another field you may have to change is the widget path. In our case, because of where I put the widget, I'm going to have to shorten the path to be just widget slash, and then the path of the widget. Make sure within the subscribe widget def and register widget def, your widget identifier field matches. Now to update our WC data load environment file. In our case, because we're using DB2, I'm going to update it accordingly. Make sure to provide your proper credentials. Now to run the data load utility in the command line. Make sure you're at the right path. In this case, this is where the data load bat is for me. And make sure you provide your correct XML location for where it's basically the widget data load XML file. To find that, just click on its property value and look at where the location path is. Just copy and paste that. When you run it, it should prompt you for your store. In this case, I'm using Aurora. It'll run for a while, and then I'll throw some errors. This case just is Commerce's way of prompting for a password. After the script is finished running, it should show you some information about which tables were populated. The most important information should be at the very bottom as far as if it's successfully executed or not. Make sure this is true. The last step is to add Management Center support for our widget. To do that, we have to go to our temp project again and copy over the LOB tools related assets and edit them. At the very end, we need to rebuild the LOB tools project. Let's once again go back to our temp project and go to the LOB tools folder. You should see a long path under source and 2 property files. We need to recreate this whole path under our LOB tool source. To do that, we're just going to create a simple package following that paths convention. Pretty much just copy and paste it. Then we're going to copy and paste those particular properties over. Now we need to go back to our temp project and copy some assets under web content. You should see under config a my company folder. That's basically the name of my widget. So we need to go back to LOB tools project, go under config, and paste our widget. There it is. And that's going to act as storage for our widget object definition and view. Now we need to go back to source and copy under WebINF some additional configuration assets. Now we need to go under WebINF under LOB tools, source, LZX, and paste that same config for our widget. That's pretty much it for copying over assets from the temp project. At this point, you probably would want to go to your web object definition and make some changes. We're not going to be doing that for the demo. Your properties view as well might need to be changed, but just to show where it is, I'm not going to make any changes to it. Given the changes under there, you'll probably have to go back to those properties we copied, page layout LOB properties, as well as make some translatable text changes so that Management Center can access it. Before I forget, we need to go under LOB tools, images, page layouts, and widget icons. This is the folder where you need to copy and paste your widget icon image. They'll be shown in Management Center. The Jet tooling added a new page layout resource bundle. So we're going to have to add that to our extensions library. So if you go back to our temp project, there should be a page layout extension library, LZX, that we haven't copied over yet. We need to just copy over the one include that's found in there. Go to your WebINF under LOB tools, source, LZX, and under commerce, you should see another folder for page layout. There should be a page layout extension library, LZX. Just paste that line under whatever includes you already have in there. And that's left for creating the widget. The last and final item we have to do is build our LOB tools project. Make sure you use the build OpenLazlo project feature. I'm going to let that run for a while and then restart Commerce. Once that's done, I can go into Management Center, and here is where you can actually see the widget in action. There's my new widget that I made for this demo. I've already added this particular widget to the homepage layout for the Aurora store, and you can see right here, here's Hello World text. That concludes this demo.